You got all the buttons, the things and
I got
stuff?
it. And we're already live and we're talking about buttons. We're like two old people
Oh,
trying to
sure.
figure out the remote controls. Hey, welcome to BS session number 57. Hey, Kurt, you want to cut out your background noise? Because all of a sudden I can hear myself.
For the love of.
Yeah. We'll do all the technical difficulty stuff live.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that any better at all?
Well, let's hope so. No, it's not at all.
If we
Turn
do
the
this.
microphone away from the speaker. That's much
That's what
better.
I just
Hey,
did.
welcome to BS session number 57. We made it. We are live from King of 2 Miles. I mean, I'm not a King of 2 Miles, obviously.
Clearly not.
You guys are. And we're gonna check in with you guys and see how it's going. I'm gonna let you guys take it away because I'm getting more echo.
Are we doing the intro thing?
Podcast will sitting beside us on the podcast.
Hey,
you hear me?
can hear every fucking thing you're saying.
What?
Yeah,
Are you doing the intro thing? Hitting the buttons and stuff?
yeah. That button. Okay. That was the wrong button.
That was the wrong button.
Try this button.
Okay, do that.
This right here has the ability with a 30 caliber clip to disperse with 30 bullets within half a second.
Just when I think you couldn't possibly be any dumber.
You're listening to your weekly dose of BS, Ballistically Speaking. The Ballistically Speaking Podcast.
Hey, that was better.
That's amazing. All right. How are you today?
Oh,
What have you been doing?
I'm good.
Always
Life
been
is
living the
good.
dream over here.
Things are good. Put a new video up on YouTube about an hour before the show. So, how about you guys?
Good. It was a good day. Kind of a miserable day in a lot of ways. Shitty win. But other than that, good results for me personally. Everybody else is pretty sheepish around
Let's
here.
hear Shane talk about.
You haven't shot.
I didn't. My team.
We're still currently tied.
Yeah, you guys haven't shot. You're freaking zero, bud. Okay, see, this is why you guys don't do well like Jens and me. You don't look at yourselves like a team.
We currently have the longest shot in the King of 2 Miles.
Is that right? Did it score?
Yes.
Where?
1990.
Yeah, 1990. It's a
We had
scoring
it too.
hit.
They just
That was
didn't see it.
33 years ago.
It's only one scoring hit.
And let's move to the better topic of the only person to hit the cold war.
Oh, there you go.
It was moving out of the way because it sure as shit wasn't me.
So this is
This
generally
story-
the part where Kurt would introduce her so that you all can talk and I listen.
Well, see, and I'm just having to do his job as well. He's bragging about zeroing.
Oh my God.
Zeroing. All right. Well, this is Mouthy Mikey. This is Maureen, the lady today, the only shooter today that hit the cold bore, and I don't think there was a cold bore shot hit last year. And
I think
the first
No.
one. Well, right.
No, Ken Thiessen hit it the first year. I think it's been hit once on either year 2 or 3, but I think you're only the second or third person to do it.
Second. I'm confident it was the second. Anyway,
Yeah.
That's Shane.
Everybody knows me.
He says everybody knows him. Everybody knows what he looks like. Here's Steve and me. That's all.
Good job, Rooster.
Thanks. Yeah.
Why
Go
don't
on
you
to
tell
the
us
cold
about the
bore.
cold bore
Keep
shot that
small.
Maureen made today?
Well, you know what? Unfortunately, I didn't see it. I was having a nap under the truck.
Because it was warm.
But yeah, reports came back that there was a cold bore hit, and I said, "Oh, that lady over there." Come to find out it was Maureen. So, Maureen, what are you shooting today?
300 Norma.
And how long you been shooting that?
About 3 months, I guess.
Oh, isn't that wonderful? And she spanked every one of us. Excellent. So you were here last year.
Just watching.
Just watching. Okay. And
Yeah.
you were saying earlier that you shoot a 6.5 Creedmoor normally. That's quite a step up to a 300 Norma.
Yeah.
Okay. Who built your rifle?
It's a Cadex, actually.
What? Straight factory Cadex.
Yes,
Nice.
factory Cadex.
There you go.
Can we pause for a second? Can we just take a second and slap Shane and Steve in the face?
Platform you can buy.
Yeah. No, I think I already did that just now.
Oh, okay, good. Okay, carry on.
So, what did you see out there? Or you like me and you go through that whole thing in a competition, you really remember nothing.
That's the worst Mirage I've ever shot in.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy. At what time did you shoot today?
I don't even know.
Was it in the afternoon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was after lunch.
That got ugly soupy this afternoon. This morning, Jens and I actually were really fortunate. I think we were 5th.
I was 2nd, and I was fortunate, and it still was already not great.
Yeah.
It was an early one.
Yeah, you could see it picking up quick, but from the time I shot to probably the time that you shot, it was absolutely ridiculous. You could see Mirage blind-eyed. It was
for sure.
thick.
I think probably a bigger factor at that time was that wind was kind of at 7:30, but it was fairly steady, reasonably steady velocity, and it wasn't switching too much when you came up.
It started switching.
Absolutely. It was blowing straight up the tailpipe sort of thing, and
I'd get on target on this side and just be ready to pull the trigger, and he'd say, "Nope."
Okay, so what did you end up with for a call then when you pulled the trigger on that cold bore?
We actually came down half a point from what the Kestrel said, and just.
Oh, is that right? So
hill 3 and.
Did you go left or right? Because pretty much everybody was holding left for that win today. But I heard reports of some guys coming back and saying we're going left, we're going right to try and compensate. You could see that Mirage start to drift the other way and start to boil, and then all of a sudden it was going right to left, and you ended up with still a left hold or a right hold. No kidding. That's where everybody else went wrong.
No, I hit way right. So I went the half mil right.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. So
it was weird. We put it in. That was the biggest wind call we had, biggest wind call error we had. And I had him hold 0.9 on the left edge of that. We added another half mil for elevation on a cold bore.
Right.
Elevation was perfect, and we were still a half mil off the right edge. I was like, it's like a 20-mile-an-hour wind. That's not right. Didn't know what happened. We went back to our Kestrel, looked at it, went back to our wind, and we got our wind on the other plates.
Yep. Yeah.
Very weird.
Yeah.
So did you see ground strike then?
Yep.
You did?
Yep. Trace right past the plate. Nice ground strike. It looked really good.
So
actually, we saw a lot of trace.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. It was pretty. We had Mirage. Like, we could see Mirage in the boil, but it was pretty clear for us to shoot. It was a nice condition. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Should have done better.
Interesting. Well, I know when Jens and I were up, I think I picked out 4 of his out of the air, but that was all. And then we got around to the third target, or target 2, out at 19. What was it? 1996.
1990.
1990.
Target 3.
Target 3.
Sorry, target 3.
Yeah. 4 was 2146.
Right. I was out in oblivion there. That was tough to pick up anything at.
That one we got lucky, and so shot my first round, and we both watched it hit basically the front leg of the post, front left leg.
Yeah, got a good read on it.
And then I'm like, I'm out of rounds.
Yeah,
that's it. I still had 2 minutes left. Or whatever.
Mike gets up off the gun. He's picking up his brass. I'm off the glass talking to Crawford, the RFMA instructor or official there, and Mike's like, how many extra rounds did you give me? I'm like, 2. I have 3.
Oh no.
I look at Crawford. I'm like, do we have an extra round? He's like, I'm not allowed to tell you guys.
So I'm
like,
counting.
I'm just 1 more round. We have a minute and a half left on the timer. Mike gets back on the gun. We saw the correction.
Right.
I said, hold the right top edge of the
Top
rack.
corner of the stand.
Yeah, the stand.
Okay.
Sends it. Didn't see a thing. Nothing.
Yeah.
He gets off the gun. I get off the scope. I look at Crawford. He's like, that was a hit. We're like, no way. Couldn't hear the ding. No idea. Didn't see the flasher. Nope.
Yeah, that's not bad out there.
Yeah, it was murky.
So after your incredible cold bore, like given what everybody else saw here, nobody had a sniff, it seemed like. I think we ended up like maybe 0.2 right. Our elevation wasn't quite what it should have been. It should have come up another 0.2 or 3 likely, but then walk us through your progress if you can. You went on to that first scoring target. And how'd you do there?
2 at the next one. And then after that, we had a heck of a time seeing any kind of splash.
Well, as soon as you got past that,
we wondered if people standing up had a little easier time, or
Well, I stood for spotting. Yeah.
did you? Yeah.
Yeah, I was on binos. So I actually had a really nice field of view.
Yeah. We
Using the binos, it was a little tougher to resolve hits on plate. Like even with the A-tips, I was not seeing the marks on plate.
okay,
But the field of view and picking up the mirage,
right.
I thought it helped.
Yeah.
Going to day 2, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
Gonna need something with a little more mag.
Yeah. Kidding. All right. Yeah. Well, that was the thing in the afternoon. Once you get past that first scoring target, it was tough after that green target. What distance was that? Remember?
So cold bore was 1290.
14 something.
Yeah, 14 something and 16 something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
1680 or something.
Yeah, it was just under because it was a 1700
Yeah.
placard.
I'll be responsible.
Okay.
Yeah.
1686.
Off the top of my head.
That was real tough in the
Yeah.
afternoon.
Cold bore 1290.
Yeah, it was 1425 and then 1686.
1436.
Oh, okay.
1686, 1990, and 2185.
So 1686, like when we were up there,
Yeah.
it was probably the same for you. Was quite good. Elevation got us a little bit for the first round. Second round, I think we're just off with a little bit of wind, and then third round hit on that one, and then went over the 1990 and couldn't see a damn thing. Like that was kind of the wall for us. But I think that everything thickened up so bloody much when you shot. When did you and Ben shoot?
We were right in the middle. We were in 12.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, about 1 o'clock. 12:31.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. And how was it out there?
It's okay when we shot.
Right.
I seen our misses.
Mhm.
Didn't see any trace, but I caught the misses. And we would add 2 more rounds. We would have made hits on the second plate.
Yeah.
Got some good hits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
First and third round
first
hits,
and third round.
and then a second round on the second plate.
At first.
And then
Oh, no.
you get
And Terry.
They're losing their internet. What's this about?
And
I don't need any.
I heard him say it just like that.
I'll just shoot it myself. And he hit 2 on the first plate, like missed cold bore, hit 2 on the first plate, probably 1 and 2 or 1 and 3.
1 and 3.
And then he hit second round on the next plate, and you're like, no spotter. And yeah, he was doing good.
You saw that comment, did you, Curt?
Yeah, Adam's got it. Kris, they're talking in units of milliradians.
I feel left out right now. This is a very odd
Yeah, I don't
feeling
know why
for
Kris
me.
didn't come. There's lots of gophers to shoot rimfire at.
What's that,
Well,
Kris?
I actually was going to come, and I could have shot gophers with rimfire, but I have somebody coming into town this weekend, so I had to be here.
Oh, Curt said you were intimidated by the event.
Did I?
No, I'm intimidated by your beard.
As he's
This is purpose. Honestly, I just grew up saying I wanted to be Curt, and I had 20 years to emulate him.
He's still waiting to grow up.
Yeah, I was going to say, when did you grow up? That's bullshit. You don't worry about
All
me
right,
though.
so
You
who's
guys
shooting
carry
tomorrow?
on.
yeah.
You shot today.
I shot. Shane shooting
So
tomorrow.
the 3 of us
I'm shooting
shoot
tomorrow. Kurt's shooting tomorrow.
You get to spot tomorrow. What's your partner shooting? Or are you using the same gun?
No, he's got a
Okay.
375 enabler.
Oh, is that right? He's one of those guys. What do you shoot?
Enabler.
Okay.
375 enabler, 390 grain.
Is that the first year for this one?
Yeah.
Okay. Because you were shooting the PRC.
I was shooting the 300 PRC,
Right.
and then Shane's like, "Hey, I sold your gun, so we got a 375 enabler that you could shoot." I was like, "All right." So I bought press
friends
dies and all that stuff, and Steve's like, "Here, I'm sending you bullets and powder," and then Shane tried to steal a keg of powder, and in these times, who can blame him?
Sounds like a whole of that.
Tough times.
It's tough times.
So strategy for tomorrow. I was looking at windy today. It looks like much the same thing they're predicting tomorrow as what we saw today.
Shoot early.
Shoot
Shoot
early is
early.
about the
That's the
best.
prayer.
You know
Best
what? This
solution.
is the same conditions we shot in Monday, Tuesday at the camp.
Is
We've
it?
got a lot of data written down. I'm honestly a little surprised that we didn't get earlier hits on those two first plates, but I knew we were going to get hits as we went out. I don't know. I'm just going to trust the data. We put in the work. Going to trust the data. Trust my spotter.
Now I have all these high expectations.
No pressure.
Wait a minute. Okay, back that up. That's the most fucking boring athlete answer I've ever heard
Isn't
in my
it?
life. Well, you know,
I told
we're all
Furlong
just
I was
going
going
to
to
go out
smash the
there and
Anoid.
we're all just going to go out
You're
there.
gonna have
We're going to lay it on the
10%.
line. We're going to do our best, give it 110%. But I mean, you know, it's all about the guys around you. You know, it's not even about me. You know, we got those guys that are supporting us out there.
I did
Try
tell
again,
Furlong
Shane.
that stupid cold bore was way too small. I was going to knock it off his target stand for him. So we'll see. The enabler's a little bit bigger than the norm.
And they're frozen again.
It's a little plate on just a T-post hanger.
It's
It's
a single point. hanger.
anything that hits it is gonna
Guys,
make
what's
it
the distance? You haven't said the distance at the cold bore yet.
1290, 1296.
Yeah.
1290.
No, we did.
1290. Yeah, I did. I went through all the distances. You were just, either drinking or had us on mute because we're not interesting.
You were probably
9.1 mils on
frozen.
cold bore.
I've been listening.
It's
the whole,
possible.
I've been listening to everything you're saying. You were probably just frozen.
It's possible.
Jonathan Bergen in the chat says, "Did Shane Mansour paint his beard white?"
Child did.
Just
It's
for men.
possible. Just for
Reverse.
This is with just for men.
Yeah.
Best I could do.
Yeah.
just for salt and pepper.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's any pepper left.
Yeah, no, tomorrow will be interesting again.
That's for sure.
Same stuff. Well,
It should be. We got
Less.
a 9:30 start today. Was it?
we were there at 7 and we didn't start shooting until 9:30 was
Yeah,
all
no,
the
some
paper and all that stuff.
Let's get up at 5 and have breakfast as a team.
And then never showed up.
After I cooked breakfast for the whole team.
I was cooking breakfast.
Well, thanks for the notice. I had
I-
breakfast roll and a
Oh, they're frozen again. Oh, they're really frozen this time. Boy, that would suck if they dropped off and I had to do the King's 2 miles.
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
That friggin' breakfast was not well planned because everybody had a plan for breakfast, but nobody was invited. So we had 3 breakfasts with way too much food.
What's
Okay.
your choice of breakfast for tomorrow? We got steak
I
and
think we're
eggs.
sleeping in through it. We're going to make sandwiches to take out with us.
100%.
Oh,
Fucking right. So we're going to sleep.
We're gonna take Twix
Quitter.
bars,
And then when we get
Twix
out there,
bars
I'm
and
going to
some
lay on
gummy
the
worms.
grass and sleep until they call my name.
Sandwiches?
Maybe a Coke
Can
Zero.
you take
You
an
know,
air fryer and have
food
chicken?
of champions.
Okay, I'm gonna save this conversation just for a sec. I'm putting you on mute just so I can get my question out because I know Shane won't stop talking long enough for anyone else to hear my question. So what I want you guys to do, go around the table. I know some of you have already said what you're shooting, but I want you guys to go around the table, say what you're shooting, and I want you to tell us why you've chosen that caliber and that rifle specifically for King of 2 Miles. Start with Mikey.
On the build.
375.
Okay,
Built
wait a
spot.
second. Shane was talking the whole time that I was saying that, wasn't he? Because as soon as I hit unmute, all I heard was Shane's voice. Fucking Shane. Okay, Mikey's up.
375 enabler. Steve built it. It's actually one of his spares, I guess you would say.
It's his boy's rifle.
It's his son's rifle, but his son is still not even taller than it. So I think it's mine until his son hits puberty. That's true. Penny McMillan B stock, Bernard Action, 398 tips. I'm shooting it because it was handed to me because my other gun went away. So it works well, and it's big, so I don't have to feel as inadequate as I normally do. So, scope is an Apex Optic Rival 4-32, and I have a Charlie Tarek on it if I actually get to shoot farther than 2,400 meters, but I don't know, probably not, because I hit far, but not enough.
Okay.
Mine's a 8x 300 Norma. It's just stock. I do have an Ivy on there we're trying out. Seems to be fairly repeatable, so far so good.
So why that one? Why 300?
Why the 300?
Yeah.
We've got a 300 PRC. The Norma seems a little better in the wind,
Okay.
but there's not much kick. It just
Right.
gets out there, does what it's
God
told.
bless muzzle brakes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
kidding. What do you get for velocity out of that? Do you know?
I think it's right around 2190. It's just under 3. 2180.
29.8. Yeah. Okay.
2980.
That sounds about right, eh?
Yeah. Which bullet?
It is a Burger 215 hybrid.
Yeah. Yeah, not too spicy. It's a nice, good look
Yeah.
for, right?
No kidding.
That's what's nice about the Norma. It's got a ton of flexibility from the 215s to the 245s.
Is that right?
Right. It's like not a pile of recoil.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did she say what optic she's using?
Jane?
Oh,
Yeah. What optics are you using?
So Leopold.
Just the Leopold.
just the mark.
Like a Mark 5?
Standard,
Yeah.
standard furlong rifle.
It is.
Yeah, that's okay. And Jens is just using a Schmidt and Bender.
No.
Oh,
No.
Or is he using his
Yeah,
Genesis?
Coated.
He has the Genesis?
That's right.
he's
does.
just towing the Japanese waters.
Hey, can I just
Now he-
mention though that Jens has gone from one axis power to another axis power?
See, I didn't want to say it, even though I'm probably the only one who can. But yeah,
The most
Okay.
criminal looking one.
Yeah.
All right, Shane's up.
Oh, geez. Poor Jens.
So we're doing custom 375 enablers. Mine's built on the KDX CDX 40 action in a single shot configuration with the matching dual strike chassis. Currently it's got a KS arms barrel in it. We're going to argue about the twist rate, but I'm sure it's a 7. Steve says it's an 8, but it's a 7.
It's an 8.
It's a 7.
It's an
Blue
8.
chamber.
It's got a Warner tuner on it, as well as a Terminator T5 Plus muzzle brake. Running a March Genesis, so I don't have to deal with the prisms or the Terex or anything. I can dial to infinity. It's been really good so far.
And Steve built it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's all obviously precision built stuff. But after going through a couple of versions of like ELR rifles, we just realized there was a couple of things you had to kind of tie together if you wanted a good effective rifle. And one of those when you started getting into either the Terex or the prisms or like the Genesis to deal with the extreme elevations. And when we looked at the KDXs, the integral rails, the extended forehand options, the bag riders, like just so much of it aligned to being a comfortable gun that's what we decided to build off of. So we reached out to KDX and put these rifles together. So I'm happy with it. Soft shooting gun, recoil's real nice. The big jump for us was going from 33s to 37s because I was losing barrels fast.
Yeah.
I lost 2 33XCs under 500 rounds. And I couldn't get barrel breaking in practice done before shooting a match.
Right.
So the 375 is just a little bit more longevity. And I think in the long run, it's actually cheaper to shoot because you're not swapping barrels twice a season.
So what are you expecting for barrel life out of that 375 then?
I'm hoping on a decent barrel, we see about 2,000. I think
Okay.
Steve's a little bit more conservative than that, but
Mhm.
I'm hoping to see 2,000 reasonable rounds out of it.
Okay. And the bullet you're shooting at what velocity?
So we're running the cutting edge 400 grain lasers. I'm getting 2920 for legal purposes.
Right. Roger that. Next.
As long as nobody's doing any fucking math.
Right.
Honestly, before the camp, it was weird. I only had about 155 rounds on the gun.
Yeah.
I was running a nice stable load at about 29.48. Mike and I were about 25 rounds into truing my gun out, and all of a sudden it was running about 30-30. So
Okay.
it seems to have settled.
So
now
that's
at
in
about
around that
3,000.
150 rounds again that
Yeah.
you've been seeing with some of these larger calibers, right?
Yeah. So I seem to have settled out right now at about 3,000 feet per second. It's shooting really well.
Okay.
Yeah, we got the dope figured out. Know where
Okay.
it's going, so hopefully we do well.
That's impressive with that big bullet.
Honestly, that cutting edge was like so dumb easy. Like both Steve and I just the enabler chamber to the enabler brass to the cutting edge bullet, like it was all cut together. Like you put the bullet in and you put the driving band outside the neck, and then you go measure it against your chamber gauge. Because Steve makes me chamber gauges. It's special. And it's like
aren't you though?
It's like $5,000 jump, but I'm like, so I can't move my bullet anywhere. I put the tuner on, and I have no doubt that Dan's tuner works. I didn't have to dial it. The thing just shot. Once I worked up the load that was nice and stable, I had a decent ES and SD. It shot pretty consistently at 0.6. And I mean, we were shooting sub half MOA at a mile.
Oh, here we go.
1900.
And
Mikey's
sub half inch at a mile.
Well, why the hell didn't he hit the cold bore shot then?
I haven't shot yet.
He hasn't shot yet, to be fair.
You should talk
Mike,
to him.
Mike shot today.
I blew it. She actually hit it.
Right.
Got it. I understand. Okay. So
Yeah,
when
where's JR? JR didn't get back to Mr. Furlong when he asked for that truck to come out. I see you, JR.
just calls him right now.
Oh,
Not even-
just got it.
Not even a hi, how are you?
Not even hi, how are you? That was
I couldn't read the sentence. I just saw JR.
Oh, he just said I'm.
I
sure
was
Bill is
expecting
waiting.
this luxury observation post, snacks, nothing.
Well, I guess
That's
you're
how
gonna
everybody
have to
calls
make.
my wife to organize stuff.
You're gonna have
and
to make
on to
your own
Steve before Shane gets.
Hey, you always talking, eh?
Oh, it's okay. You're not going to be able to hear me. That's just the way it is.
Yeah.
But now that you've made JR feel bad, maybe we should move on to Steve.
Well, that's what I said. Let's just move on to Steve. This is
So I'm shooting almost a twin to Shane's, 375 enabler. I've got a Partland barrel of mine, Warner tuner. I've got a KS brake, Leupold Mark V. What else is there? Same bullets, same powder, everything.
KS break.
Yeah, I said that.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, Trigger Tech triggers.
Welcome
So
back.
Trigger Tech triggers.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
can't ignore that one.
yeah, and just really happy with the platform. It tracks well,
It's-
soft recoil.
It's the first platform where he's shooting milliradians like a grown up.
No.
No. Second one.
Well,
He
ELR.
switched
It-
to a
It
Mark
took him
V.
coming to the King of Two
Mark V for
Miles
2
to
years
get
now.
onto it.
Yeah.
And
2
I'm so
years
proud
now.
of you.
See,
I'm with
Steve
you,
did it.
Kris. I like MOA better.
You know what? I agree with you, and I think I'm going to come to King of 2 Miles next year with an MOA scope and just shoot a bunch of air for you guys.
There's plenty of that here already.
Okay, good. Hey, you want to read that out, Kurt?
Yeah, Bobby Pew Pew says 2,000 rounds times a 400 grain bullet equals 114 pounds of lead thrown. How many miles?
Copper. No
Well,
for us.
He said lead. So
Yeah.
yes, they are solid copper. Those 400 grainers.
Close enough.
So yeah, it's a ways.
I thought I said no math.
I'm sorry. This is a no math zone.
Or minimal welder math.
It was that new core math they're teaching the kids that they have to count on their fingers and toes. It wasn't
Sounds
real
old
math.
now.
Okay, first of all, for the last 10 minutes, we've been going around talking about nothing but numbers and calibers and this and that and fucking millrads and MOA. And now he's like, no math.
Right. Yeah. He just doesn't final bill. That's Steve's job, I guess.
Joseph Hunter's got a question.
How much do the three?
Oh, and they freeze out just as they're asking the question. Let's wait for them
31
to come
pounds
back.
per
Hold on.
box.
I think mine's
Mine's
30.
29 and a half. I think theirs are 30, light 30s.
31 for mine.
I think mine was 32. Yeah.
Probably from the optic.
More often.
Yeah.
There's a little more there, yeah.
You know what yours weighs?
Okay.
23.
It's the lightweight of the group.
Yeah.
What are you shooting, Kurt?
I am shooting the 33XC for the third season in a row. How we came about 33XC, I'm not exactly clear on it. Because, yeah, I think so. So,
Because it was the biggest and fastest thing we could get put into a Remington footprint.
yeah, I suppose, right.
We're going to put you into a 37XC next barrel.
Well, we'll talk about that.
No, we're
but
not.
as long as Jens and I keep beating you with a 33, I think we're good.
I know you keep saying Jens in you, but you should stop it with Jens. I scored the same as you last year.
Well, you can keep talking.
Jens keeps
That's
beating
great.
us.
That's great.
Jens, you want to partner up next year?
I just want to know that
No.
you and Jens have your left and rights figured out.
Yeah, we do.
Okay.
Yeah, this year.
This
Yeah,
year.
yeah.
Yeah. You know that wind's coming from the left. Maybe you should hold right.
Guys,
It
how
happened.
Bobby's got a question. How many competitors are there this year?
Well, you screwed over your
48 shooters this year.
48.
Furlong said it's about 20%.
48. So 20%.
Yeah,
No,
he said it's about a 20% increase from last year.
Oh, it's one.
it's 100%. We're almost 100%. 26 shooters.
We were at 28, 26 or 28.
26, I'm sure, last year.
Well, there's
Now we're
a-
at 48 or
There's a
46.
singles last year, so 27.
Okay, that I'll buy that.
And now we're at 46 this year. I think.
Mhm, mhm.
So it
He wants
blew
to
up
see
big.
100 for next year.
100.
Yep.
Won't
That's
that be an
double.
event?
Be awesome. He'll have to like do the name draws the day before
Yeah.
so we can sleep until it's time for us to actually be at the range.
Uh-huh.
Well, so what would that look like then? 100 competitors? Because I imagine it's going to stay a 3-day match.
Could you imagine all the bullshit with that many shooters?
Yep. Yeah,
Mm.
for sure.
Be
So
wonderful.
what time did the last shooter go today? Does anybody remember? That was about 4:00, was it?
I'll be honest, we didn't stay.
Oh, right, you wankers.
Yeah.
We watched the
Yenzi.
our team and we left.
What time did that last shooter shoot today? Do you remember? Okay. Okay. So,
Yeah, you'd have to do your registrations or something the night before because I burned 2 hours this morning.
Yeah, for sure. So that'd be a heavy-blooded day with 100 shooters.
It'd have to be go and
But then
like,
again,
start shooting at 7:30.
You could double your steel up like they do in the States and have 2 shooters or 3
Two
shooters
lines.
in the line at once.
Oh, wouldn't that
I think
be
you could manage 2 shooters at once pretty easily.
something?
Mhm. I think this facility could do it. We had how many camera setups on
Mhm. Right.
at the camp, so they could just have 2 set up. But I think we could do it. It was just
Okay, so Mike Heineck is asking, what's the approximate round count per shooter for the whole event?
26 rounds.
26
if you
rounds.
make it to
There you
day
go.
2.
Well, so clarify.
Yeah,
You
so
make it to the final.
Yeah.
Right.
So what is it? 80% need 13 rounds and 20% need 26 rounds.
Right. So that's what it is 20%.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
top
well,
shooters go to the
I
final.
think until it gets to a huge amount, but that's generally what
Right.
he's been taking, right?
Right.
So that's still going to be 10 people,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
Right.
That's not a bad finale.
No, that's good for sure.
Yeah.
What did we have last year? Nope.
No,
Didn't he
7.
7.
Sure.
Yeah, because I ended up in 7th spot. Jens ended up in 8th spot, and he just missed out on the finals. So,
You know, I've
You were in 13th spot last year.
I've got a
dude, that was the
question, guys.
first fucking year. No, do you remember last year?
Now they're arguing about
Yeah, we both had 425 points last year.
No, dude.
Yeah. No, it's okay. Keep measuring. I'll
Next
wait.
topic. Right.
Anyway,
Look it up.
here's what I want to know. So Shane
Sure.
moved from a 33XC to a 375 enabler, and you're still using a 33XC. The main reason that Shane moved to 375 was because he went through 2 barrels in what he said, like 500 rounds. How many rounds do you have in your 33XC, and how much longer are you expecting it to last?
Mine, I think I'm just under 300 rounds. I've been real conservative with that barrel. We'll probably not chance it. Like I might use it next year for practice and then send it to Steve in July or something, get him to spin a new one on. So, judging from everything that I've heard about the 33XC, probably won't chance it to take it through another competition. That particular barrel, I mean.
Okay, and you'll stick with 33XC, you think?
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah. Jens and I are fairly committed with that one. We've talked a little bit about going to the 37XC. It probably deserves more negotiation between now and next year, but we'll see.
That's what Terry switched to. He's still doing the XC, but it's a 37X.
Yeah.
yeah,
that's
he's
what you were
running
saying
the
to me.
375 cutting edge at 2900. He's
Okay.
really happy with it.
Smoking a barrel because he smoked his first barrel. At
He went through 2
400
barrels
rounds?
in like
Under a year.
yeah,
Well, we also have.
Oh, and they've cut out again.
He does.
So-
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if it was his loading practice so much as his shooting wet ammo practice.
Well, maybe there's that. Yeah. Okay. What was that you just had up there, Chris?
Oh, you guys froze for a second there, so I was just filling the air.
Oh,
Damn it!
okay.
Elon Musk is only so reliable.
Mike, text him. Let him know that you're disappointed.
I'm gonna text Elon and be like, "Look, we're in Saskatchewan, and I know nobody cares about or Alberta, but
You're in
Still,
Alberta.
You and Elon are
Yeah.
like this,
yeah,
just like Chris and Jer Bear.
exactly."
Say
No.
Jer Bear. I love that I met him first.
You
Because
met
these
who
two
first?
idiots that we know on this podcast.
No, I think we just have a tree in the way or
Jerry
something.
Mitchell. This is what he's claiming. Anyway.
So Shane had a like brush encounter
Here we
with
go.
a celebrity. He's
Right.
not buddies.
It was
like he is with
Inappropriate
us.
as well.
Yeah, and it was
That's
inappropriate.
great. He knew exactly who you were when I talked to him. He was like, I know those guys. They're good guys.
That's exactly right.
And then
I
his
believe
caretaker
you.
came to take him away.
I believe you. I don't know about the caretaker, but I believe you.
It was actually really funny because I'm like, there's these two guys on a podcast. I know they paid you for an intro, but they would love it if you got a picture with me as your best friend. And he's like, I totally remember those guys. 100% know exactly who they are. I was like, no, you don't.
No, you don't.
Hit list somewhere.
You know what though? He might, because I haven't seen too many other intros or like cameo stuff from Jerry Mitchell. Like, we may have been the only people smart enough to actually ask him for a cameo appearance.
Maybe. Who
Yeah.
knows?
Yeah, totally.
Sure, we can go with that.
Chris's stroke of genius.
Yeah.
Well, I'd like to take credit for that one, but that one actually wasn't me. That was Sean.
Okay. Well, I don't know if anybody else is. Yeah.
Lots
Okay,
to say,
okay.
but not on this topic. That's another
No,
story.
it's yeah.
See, no,
You deserve a different platform. You really do.
it's a totally different podcast. You know,
It is.
What are we talking about?
hang
Recipes?
out with
Cooking
Rogan,
recipes?
it's him and Elon and Rogan, buddies.
What's that, Chris?
What type of podcast is he wanting to do here?
No, I just said we have lots to say about other stuff, but not on this matter. So we just won't.
Well, why don't you just
Yeah.
go off the
You
rails?
keep my OnlyFans out of this.
Just go off the rails. Go for it. I dare you. I double dog dare you.
What, to do an OnlyFans?
No, to go
He's
off.
like, no.
Oh, and don't send me the link for subscription.
Yeah.
Yeah, my credit card is already maxed on Shane's OnlyFans, but I'm saying if you want to go off the rails for the rest of the podcast, do it.
How long have you been on? I can
37
derail
minutes.
a podcast,
Yeah, you can.
but should I do like more than like one in a row?
Go ahead.
This is
Turns out that omnibus scope is not an awesome idea.
What omnibus
that's the
scope?
digital spotting scope. The digital spotter.
So what did you find out about it then?
You know what? It was interesting because they were coming to the King of 2 Miles. We're looking at this stuff, and even from like a media presentation standpoint, it sounds like an awesome idea.
Right.
You can look at your stuff, you can review it with your partner, you can review your shots. If you think you saw something, you can go back a couple of
Right.
seconds. If you want to post stuff on the internet, it had reticle insertions. Like there's a lot of stuff
Okay.
that looked really interesting
Right.
as far as and 120 times magnification.
What was
It
MSRP on that?
was like 1300 US,
Okay.
Yeah,
and it's supposed to be 1080p. Yeah, but Alex Richards over at Epic Arms, whatever he's calling himself
Yep.
now, he got one for review, and he said the first one came and it had a bunch of software issues. They were really good. They swapped it out. Said the second one came, had a whole different slew of technical issues with it.
Oh.
So he ended up sending it back and just was like,
Yeah.
he said, right
No,
now,
thanks,
that's
we're
not
good.
the right unit to look at.
Right.
But then he recommended a digital camera to me, and I'm like, no, I think you're missing the point of what I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to peep in windows. I'm trying to spot shots.
No, but there is one. The Panasonic, not the 900, the 1000, and it's got 120 power digital zoom,
Well, I don't necessarily need 120,
and it's
but could you imagine being able to really zoom in on that target, like
Yeah.
what we're looking at with the target cam,
Right.
and have that sitting beside your binos, watching your
Yeah, but wait a
culminating
second.
point, and then looking at your target, be like, I can see a mark.
How do you get 120 power digital zoom? Like
No
that would
idea.
be so grainy. That would be grainy as fuck.
Through the magic of science.
Like you'd have to film it in like 28K and then it would be like 480p by the time you zoom in. That's ridiculous.
Because that was one thing we really struggled with was seeing hits on steel, like an actual mark. Like the Mirage was bad enough,
right?
And the
Oh, they're frozen again. Wow, they're really frozen this time. Are they losing their connection?
Elon, you're letting us down.
Fucking Kris.
Elon!
Holy.
What do you
That's what I
fucking
thought the most
Kris?
challenging
I
part
didn't
was, though.
do anything.
You timed that. That was the issue. Is during camp, it was awesome.
I had to
'cause
show
we could
you
shoot
Kung
something. We
Fu.
could see the flasher, and then you would just wait and you'd look at your cameras or your phone sync to the cameras. You'd be like, "Oh, left edge. Okay, here's my adjustment."
Yeah.
Well, you come to the King of 2 Miles, and they have the cameras,
Right.
and you have nothing, and you're not seeing on plate what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
So we saw two people, both Ben and Steve, first round impact, second round miss, third round impact.
Mm-hmm.
And Steve said afterwards he figures he was right at top of plate and it's not going over top, right? But if you see that, if you can make that adjustment. If you can't see it, you can't adjust.
How far do you go with that kind of stuff, though?
To the
like
ends
allowing
of the earth. Do you know how much money our rifles are worth?
No, because you guys paid for it all.
Sorry, did I not mute my microphone on that? And they're frozen again. Geez, they're really frozen again. Too much laughing.
Holy
Kris
cow.
Hoy-
Elon's letting us
I don't even
down.
know why he partners with Kris, to be honest.
Fuck
think-
you, motherfucker!
I think Curt decided.
Yeah. What did he decide?
Decided what?
Yeah, fuck, we're gonna call it because
All right.
because Elon keeps letting us down.
Oh, why? You're doing fine. You just have the odd freeze.
Okay, we're not. Okay, all right.
He's
we're
purposely
I-
putting himself pause so he can shit talk us behind our back so we don't hear it. And then he goes back.
probably there.
Now what are they talking about?
Yeah.
Just because I know you guys aren't going to watch the replay.
You should totally introduce our new precision rifle bag.
The what now?
Well, there's some there's some rule issues.
You
that-
have to give credit to who it's from, though.
Well, we'll give credit to all these people.
Yeah.
Friggin' know. So Shane got a bag, and a bunch of the guys are using it, and it's called the Airfoil by Cheney. Yeah, Ryan and Cheney down in the States, and it's got it's like a little friggin' blood pressure machine, but it's shooting bag. You pump it up, and you can do micro adjustments with it and everything like that. Well, they're like any adjustable type bag tool or whatever has to be mounted to your rifle. So yeah, you pump this thing up and it gets bigger and smaller. It's not what you think it is, but that's what it is.
So basically,
And,
they took a Swedish made.
Over 95.
They basically took a Swedish
still
made penis enlarger and attached it to a bag.
100%. So, but the problem
The
is
Kansas
because
made
it's
one.
an adjustment tool. It has to be mounted to your rifle, but the thing weighs 13 pounds. It adds to your weight restrictions and all that jazz. How big this
Don't
thing
blow
is.
the thing up. Stop pushing it.
So-
This is why you have blood pressure issues.
It's now a 13-pound piece of kit.
No,
so
it's
we
people
had
like
to,
you.
we had to end
Why I
up
have
ditching a
blood
bag.
pressure.
They're talking. Why am I even here? Anyway,
No, I can
shut up.
hear you.
So hasn't
I
this
hear
been done before?
well, I don't know if it's been done before, but for King of 2 Miles, you have to have it attached to your rifle.
And to be honest, it's only the Canadians that seem to be holding us to this rule, whereas the international King of 2 Miles are allowing this to be used as a rear bag. So we're
Okay,
being
but let's
Can
be
be, but it has to be attached to the rifle.
no, not
Oh.
internationally. So we're being
Okay.
held to the actual, where if it's adjustable, it has to be attached to the rifle.
Yeah.
So Mike pulled the bladder out of my bag
Yeah.
and
Gonna
jammed
say,
it.
isn't that just a
I
regular?
jammed it into my God blessed game changer, and it's just full of plastic
Mhm.
pellets here. So we just stuffed her in the bottom, leveled it out, and it's heaven. It pumps
And
up.
it's light.
It's light. It's like 5.5 pounds versus 13. Good to go.
And a
You're-
carabiner to
It's
attach
got
to
a
my rifle.
carabiner and a strap, so it attaches to the rifle and makes it legal and legit. Oh, sorry.
There you go.
For some of our
Okay.
nonsense rules.
So
Let-
Interesting.
Guys,
You know-
can we be honest? Is that like how much did you pay for that? Come on.
The Game Changer?
Game Changer is like 160
No.
or 70 bucks.
I mean the
And then
the Swedish made and larger.
Penis pump thing? Shane, how much are
The entire bag, I think, was 155 or 160 bucks plus fill.
they? Uh-huh.
But like
So
he makes
you're
the
at-
whole bag and the inserts in the bladder.
So you're at nearly $400 for that kit.
No. The bag was 160 bucks, he said.
And then you just fill it with
Then-
sand or
Well, and
whatever.
that's Mike's
But then
PRS.
this
thing.
here-
This is my
That's the purpose
PRS
thing.
bag.
Well, that comes
This
in this
is-
We
thing.
just kind of
Right.
scan
Well,
off
it's just like
some-
25 bucks.
Oh. So under 200 bucks.
What's $25?
under $200 for this type of setup, because all you have to do is buy the pump bladder and throw it in your Game Changer.
Okay, so
Versus
is it really? Do you get really that much more precise? Like I mean,
Yes.
yes,
It's
You can-
really significant.
you can almost leave your rifle alone, and it'll stay on target once you have yourself set on target. He's a professional at this. He's not going to say why.
So
Forearms.
At what point
The
do we
right
just-
one, the
at
left
what
one's a
point-
little small.
At what point do we just recognize that we're not shooting the rifle anymore?
Says the rimfire wiener.
Hey, at least I got to hold my rimfire rifle.
Let's put him behind one of these things one day, and I mean, we'll bring an ice pack for his shoulder when he's done.
He doesn't even have to aim to make hits at 1,300 meters with one of those big rifles. Isn't that right, Chris?
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
The self-shooting rifle.
Yeah,
I
points it.
I let him shoot mine one time at Nose Hill gun range,
Yeah.
and I didn't tell him to dry fire the trigger first.
Oh,
We just kind of got sort of loosely, basically lined up and hit the trigger, and it was gone and impact. And he was like, "Yeah, that's good enough for me. I'm done."
Well, I went from
Cheney?
I went from a Remington 700 Accu trigger to that Trigger Tech Diamond that was set as light as it could possibly go. And but
I
he's
just
not
want to
wrong.
point out that does
Yeah.
Remington make an Accu trigger, or is that Savage?
Yeah,
Savage
you
is
know
Or
Same
whatever. Well, Remington, they call it a something trigger.
Come
What do
on.
they call it? What do they call
Chris
it?
plays, Chris plays in a different world than us.
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
now remember the title, like words of the podcast, and it's like a 50-round clip magazine drum thing, ghost gun.
Chris is new to
Well,
guns. He's learning.
Tell me what Remington's fucking trigger is called, then, you son of a bitch.
what was that last?
X Mark Pro.
Yeah, X Mark.
Sure, one of those.
You see, he's
sons
the
of
only
bitches
right
that-
one at this table.
Hey, I'll say this though. I have made 100% of the shots that Curt has dialed for me.
Oh, this looks like he's foaming at the mouth.
It's totally enough.
True story.
Rabbit.
Is he?
Look at it.
Okay, why don't you say it?
Why are you foaming at the mouth, Chris?
Well, it's partially rabies and partially because he made fun of my rimfire predilections, and I'm really sensitive about it.
Here, we have the right answer here. Remington calls it the class action lawsuit trigger.
I was gonna say it's $1 million trigger.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That is true.
Thanks for clearing that up, Mike.
Most expensive trigger in history.
Yeah.
I've still
Oh,
made
here.
100%. I've still made 100% of the shots that you've dialed for me. So
That's right. That's right.
You dialed for me. So's my wife.
Yukai Kazi says, have you ever thought about memory foam rests?
I don't think it'd be
you
solid
can't
enough.
be serious. That's not a thing.
Well, you don't hear the rifle. You might as well have a nap while you're out on the line too.
That's
been
F
there, done
plus.
that.
Nice
They
sunny
have
day.
pictures.
But we still said we loved you.
You still said you loved me. I took a nap at lunchtime on Rob Furlong's shooting turf, which is probably full of lead, but it was still cozy.
I only have a small eye twitch from that now.
The age where that starts happening.
Right.
At least you were face up this time.
Exactly.
Good Lord. All right.
Anyways,
Is he frozen?
all credit to, no, he's not frozen.
Or is he just having a nap?
He's having a nap.
I think so.
Oh
No,
yeah,
sorry,
definitely all credit to Ryan Janey and the airfoil.
Exactly.
We just had to jerry rig this so we can still use
100%.
the feature we are now adapted
not
to.
not a idea theft. Don't sue us.
Already broke.
We shoot ELR. Of course, we're already broke. Damn it.
Here's another question. Can't you just put a Velcro strap on the top of that monstrosity and then it's attached to your rifle?
But then it adds 13
Let me just
pounds
jump
of
in
weight
the
to your
trailer,
rifle.
grab that sewing machine and the Velcro strap, and get right on that, Chris.
So for people who are like
Well,
Shane and their
so
rifle's
Shane has
34
solved the
pounds,
problem. He said he can do it in his trailer.
but it adds weight because you weigh it on your rifle. And so Shane's 4-pound rifle with a 13-pound airfoil bag is
limit.
Oh yeah, we had multiple issues that we ran into.
Yeah,
Is there a weight restriction?
there is 40 pounds per rifle.
And 25 pounds of gear, and we were overweight on the 25 pounds worth of gear.
Yeah.
Dude, take Shane's ego off of that and you'll be like 16 pounds under still.
Wow.
Well played.
Well, that was good. You got to admit, you pulled it out of a friggin' hat.
Says the guy who
Hold
can't
on.
buy a beef had to fit his melon.
Oh, jeez. Line of.
So
Are you at like
Vince and I
a
went to-
45-degree
went to
recline?
Wait our
Have I what?
other gear.
Like, is
45
he at a 45-degree recline? Is that a Barca lounger? Does he have a mini fridge beside him?
It is a recliner.
Right.
Yeah. No mini fridge, just the same.
Is that a mini fridge on your left?
Right here?
Yeah.
No, that's my safe.
Oh.
Okay.
Did everybody?
Oh, there,
has
no, I see the
go-to
white
now?
thing back there.
Oh, that's a Canuck enforcer box.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did you want him to go through the rest of his room?
Did you have like G.I. Joe's still in the box and stuff? Well, we can make anything for you guys.
You should have made one of these with EM Precision, and then I could have put that on the screen. Oh shit, they're frozen. I have no idea whether they heard me or not. They're still frozen. Wow, this is a long one, fellas. Our audio listeners are probably incensed by now. Okay, so Yukikazi is asking me, what is a Canuck Enforcer box? A Canuck Enforcer is a Turcanelli.
His rifle.
There you go.
It's probably on his doorstep.
Oh, is that right?
We lost you for a second.
It shipped.
Oh,
You're back
wow.
now.
Yeah. After the uncomfortable pause. So you're saying?
Well, I saw Mike Hynex watching. His
Yeah.
rifle shipped. Hopefully he's home.
Well, he was at TACOM, so hopefully
I saw that.
now.
Yeah.
What'd you build, Mike?
I don't remember. It's made out of metal. And Curtis. I have no idea. I can't remember what
Customer
caliber.
service
You
at
built
its
it.
best.
What it was. Here,
Sorry, what? I was chatting with Yuke. I didn't hear what you guys were saying.
Hynek hung up. He's already bored of us.
Yeah. Mike
I didn't
Hynek
hang
has
up.
got a rifle made by EM Precision. And
Did he?
I asked Shane what
There you go.
they made him. Ooh, just unboxed the rifle today. Shane doesn't remember. And I think that is excellent customer service. You're not just a number with EM Precision.
I remember
No,
his
you
name.
are.
You're supposed to be a caliber.
Yeah. Yeah, I
This-
remember the name, just not his caliber.
This is the face of alcoholism.
6 Creed.
It's good caliber.
Nice.
I had a 50-50 chance of guessing that.
0-0.
All right, Chris. I think we're about
Or
value.
We're just
Added
about
out.
done for today.
Yeah.
Well, should we do our you know what we did not do at all today?
I do.
any of your goddamn sponsors.
Yeah, well, let's
Listen, you're here with me right now. That should be thank enough.
You're welcome. I'll continue to bring you along to all the nice events.
how about this? I'm gonna rip through the whole thing. Let's first and foremost thank EM Precision Rifles in Leduc, Alberta, building Canada's finest precision rifles. Commission a build today at emprifles.ca. They can make you a 375 enabler, a 33XC, or a 6mm Creed, whatever you want. Get it done. Also, Bolt Action Coffee, bringing specialty coffee to the precision shooting world. Offer coffee and merchandise at boltactioncoffee.com. And call sign 66, Canada's best rifle training. Welcome to the Brotherhood. Book a course with them at callsign66.ca. And Odell Engineering, home of the Turkinelli Canuck Enforcer Elite. Pick up a Canuck shotgun or a Bergera rifle from your local distributor and tell them Phil sent you. Look them up at odellengineeringltd.com. Also, Apex Optics. When you buy Apex, precision comes standard. Find them at apexoptics.co and grab yourself a Rival 4-32 rifle scope and get on their mailing list for more exciting products soon. There's the Summit binoculars. They just announced that the pre-orders for the Hunter 3-15 scope will be shipping by the 25th, the week of the 25th, I think, this month. I don't know if the Edge is included in that or if we're going to see the Edge early next month, but hey, they're coming out, so that's good news. Also, Ripstone Gunsmithing, craftsmanship done right. Contact Oscar at ripstonegunsmithing.ca and breathe life back into any firearm. And the Shooting Edge in Calgary, Alberta, home of the Sterling Arms R18, of which just about an hour before the show started today, I got our first video up on the 6.5 Grendel conversion that we did on the Sterling Arms R18. We're doing some load development on it right now. So if you want, you can check out that video on our YouTube page. And the Shooting Edge is a shooting sports retail store and indoor range, education and training center, laser engraving, fine firearms, and more, including a new 6-lane axe throwing bay and one shot, one spill cafe. Find them on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, or X if you prefer, and on their website at theshootingedge.com. And finally, last but not least, what Jens is running on his 33XC that got him so far in second place today. March Scopes Canada, the Dion Optical Design line of rifle scopes, has a scope for all of your hunting and shooting needs. Find Doug and Nisa at marchscopes.ca. How did I do? Are we okay there? You guys still alive?
Really good, really good. I'd like to add 2 more into that.
Please do.
Weekend specifically is Rob Furlong Marksmanship Academy, as well as KDEX. You should see and I just posted up on our Instagram actually too. One of the pictures in that post was the KDEX prize rifle for first place finish. That's
375 enabler.
It is 375 enabler. Seems like all the kids are doing it
in burnt bronze. It's very pretty.
Yes,
it's the flavor of the week.
Mm-hmm. What model is that? I always forget that name. That's a
CDX
Kraken, isn't
40?
it? Or CDX 40?
I think it's the CDX 40.
It's a single shot, so yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, I don't. I think it's a repeater.
It's a single shot.
Really?
You said
Anyway,
it was a
wanna see
Kraken last week.
Say that again.
You said it was a Kraken last
I don't
week.
think they make a Kraken with a. I don't know.
I didn't hear him for the second fucking time because your mouth.
Said it might have been a Kraken, and I said I don't think it was a Kraken.
Okay.
CDX.
I didn't say it might be a Kraken. I said last week you said it was a Kraken.
I think he's
Yeah.
smoking the ganja.
No, I think it is a CDX 40 single shot.
It is.
Okay.
Enabler.
There you go.
Well, I have no
375
idea one way or the other. I just remembering the words that I heard last week.
Damn nice rifle.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
This poor lady over here is just like, Ross, shut the cold door. I didn't want to hang out with you.
Right.
Bert. From
She's gonna
hell.
miss every shot from now on, just so she doesn't have to come back on the show.
He's like, this turned me off from shooting. I don't want to do well anymore.
Everybody says that the shooting community is so great, but that was just proven wrong.
The instance. Come on.
Hey,
All right.
you gonna sign us off there, Kurt, and I'll push the button?
I could. Didn't we just go through all that though? Oh, I don't have the show
We
notes up.
usually give the thanks to our listeners, the people that
Yes.
actually
I
make
don't
sure
have
that we
that
have
up.
a show.
So Shane and Steve from EM Precision. Who is it? Bolt Action Coffee with Rob and Duncan.
How about I just take over?
How about you just do that?
So what we're saying is a massive thank you to all of our sponsors. Without all of you guys, we would just be two morons talking at distance, probably with just as crappy an internet, but nobody watching. And we are, of course, talking about Shane and Steve, Miles, Carey and Cappy, Duncan and Rob, Phil Odell, Doug and Nisa, Vanya and Carly, Oscar, JR. Thank you all an immeasurable amount. And guys, thanks for joining Kurt. today from the show. Best of luck to everybody tomorrow. Best of luck. Is there a cold bore shot again tomorrow?
There will be
is
it's the second half of the round robin, essentially, if you want to call it the round robin.
Yeah.
It's the preliminary round, whatever. So the 24 shooters that went today is half of
Pool A,
the
Pool
full
B.
field.
I believe it's a non-scoring cold bore on second day, though.
Well,
One year
why
it
the hell
was,
would it
and
be
one
any
year it
different?
wasn't.
for finals. Tomorrow is just Pool B.
See what you've done.
Pool A shot today, Pool B you shoot tomorrow,
Yeah.
and then they'll pick the cool kids to move on to the finals.
Correct.
And then I don't think on the finals there's a cold bore. There's just it's so damn far. Just try and hit it.
Yeah.
All righty. Well,
Thank
thank
you.
you for making me regret that I asked.
Right.
Hey, Kurt.
That's what I said.
Well,
see what you've done.
Hey, Kurt. When we're done here, can we hold hands, go shoot some rimfire, and
Okay, hit the intro.
Okay. See y'all next week.
But some of these bullets, as you saw, have an incendiary device on the tip of it, which is a heat-seeking device.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
Welcome to your weekly dose of BS, the Ballistically Speaking podcast.